Okay, we are live. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Ask Jun the Groomer. Today is January 12th, 2017. Started. There's already some comments. Crazy. Wow. So Daniel Brown. Thank you so much, Daniel Brown. Every week. Where did you go? Okay, there you go. But it seems like every week you're here, you're supporting the show. I really appreciate that. Hold on one second. Look, some lag going. Is it not playing? What? Why is it not playing? All right. Seems like every week we have a little bit of technical difficulties right in the beginning. So if you guys will just bear with me here. I actually have a really cool email that I want to go today and actually answer the email live because I haven't even gotten a chance to write an email, because a lot of times what happens is when emails like this come in and it's like a heartfelt email, kind of go, it's not a short email, so I feel like a short reply, hey, like, hey, thanks or something, like, so I do try to, what's going on here, I do try to, whenever I do reply, I do want to make it it says it's not playing. What? Can anyone hear me? Can anybody reply? Oh my goodness. Amiga 360. Okay, Amiga 360 says yes. Okay, perfect. All right. I don't know why it's not playing on my end. Parents just came home. Okay, so let me go ahead and get into this email here. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it because I don't think we can just sit here and wait for my window to come up. Showbob, hey Showbob, what's up? Oh my goodness, thank you so much for joining. Regular screen names, not faces. That's my mom. Hi, Ma. Oh, my window is acting up. I can hear you. Okay, perfect. Everybody can hear me. Okay, perfect. Brandy Dukes, hello, June, my inspiration. Hello, Brandy Dukes. I remember you. Okay, so Hibiscus Freak, I can hear you, but video stream locks up. Okay. Well, as long as you guys can hear me. Ballesteros says, hey, June. It's been a while. Sorry, Happy New Year. Glad to be back with you. I'm so happy that you're back too. Really good show today. Lee K4, I can hear you. Daniel Brown, okay. Julia Underwood, how are you? I can hear you. Auntie Cheryl, yes. Okay, so I'm going to go right into it. So the email is from P Forever, P the number 4 Ever Living, and this guy's name's Paul. And so Paul writes, and I got permission to read this and share this online. So writes, hi June, I noticed on your videos on YouTube about 2 months back. No, I noticed your videos on YouTube about 2 months back, and I was impressed by your competent, firm approach to handling your pooches. My partner is just starting out. October last year, actually. So October last year, what's that? About 5 months, right? No, 3 or 4 months. Anyways. So yeah, let's say less than half a year, less than 6 months. However, she has a lot of confidence issues. She's one of those people who overly love their animals and are constantly concerned that they're upset, afraid, need reassurance. And if they pant once, she's worried they're overheating. She wraps them in blankets at night when we go to bed, all that kind of stuff. It used to be endearing, but now it's becoming a concern for me. However, we have 2 shih tzus. She started to learn on them. got all the gear, watches all the videos, etc. Especially yours, by the way, which is wow. But she keeps coming up with what I believe are just confidence issues and excuses. I'm hoping you can put me right. Before I turn this into an epic story, I'll get to the point. Today, she has had 2 young shih tzus dropped off. She's been out in the shed just to quote unquote trim the paws only today, and it's already over 3 hours. No other clipping, just the paws. She came back in earlier and I asked how's it going. She said terrible. One won't keep still, cries, moans, fidgets, etc. She said it's a nightmare. She then said she's let them out to go play together and we'll go back to have another go. I tried to explain that the longer they're here, the more they may become distressed, which is a good point. She said if she continues, the pooches will have a bad experience and always be scared of coming back. We went back and forth, and she left saying I was being negative of her effort. While I agree with that, with what she is saying, I think she's not being firm enough and worried they're too delicate or precious. I'm assuming the answer will be a mix of both philosophies, but concerned she simply doesn't have the right attitude or temperament to handle the dogs effectively. I've tried to come and look for answers regarding trimming difficult dogs and how long it should take. From a commercial point of view, we'll never make any money if it's taking over 3 hours just to trim paws. From what I have seen in an ideal world, should take about 20 minutes, question mark, any advice? Thanks, Paul. And Paul, I think it's awesome that you're actually concerned about your wife and you're supportive and, you're actually reaching out to someone. You reached out to me and emailed me asking for help. And I get this question a lot in all kinds of forms. How do I help? How do I trim my Shih Tzu's legs when he won't stay still for the legs? All kinds of things like that. And the answer I think is always the same. Treat it like a nurse. Daniel Brown, how are you today? How are you, Daniel Brown? Thank you so much. I'm going to get to your questions in the very beginning. But anyways, Paul, I would say that if anything, saying that she doesn't have the right temperament or the right personality, she's not firm enough, I would say that actually that's a good thing, because we want people like that to actually be handling the dogs. We don't want people that are too rough and you're trying to tone them down all the time, you want somebody that is like your wife and maybe overly sensitive, and then we can just go ahead and maybe like get them to think differently and approach it differently, and then you never really have to worry about them being overly rough, or overly and things like that, unnecessarily rough, I guess. But I would say, put yourself in like a nurse mode, like you're about to give a child a shot, and the child's scared and crying. You can't like coddle to that. You can't keep encouraging that behavior. You have to be firm and say like, hey, listen, I know you're scared, but this isn't gonna hurt, and just can be comforting like that. You don't want to be like, hey, what are you doing? Stay still. You don't want to be like that either, to a child. So you want to be comforting, put them at ease, but also you want to be sorry, I just ate so much chicken fajitas and some Coronas. Anyways, and okay, perfect example is Patricia. When I went to Long Beach, California to help Patricia, with the scissoring and doing the haircuts and things like that, perfecting it, I noticed the same things, just very hesitant. I don't know. I think I'm going to hurt them. I think they're hurting. And I was just like, you know what, Patricia, and she kept saying, referring to herself as Aunt Patty. And she'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Aunt Patty knows. Oh, you don't like Aunt Patty doing this. I know, and I was like, Patricia. And she had, come from a very high level position, vice president, I believe, of marketing or digital marketing or something like that at the company that she was at before. Big salary, big position. And so I was like, Patricia, I love Aunt Patty, and the clients love Aunt Patty. The dogs love Aunt Patty. So let's keep Aunt Patty as like the face of the business, right? That's who we're gonna like advertise and showcase, right? But when we're inside your grooming van, your mobile van here, and we got to get this groom done, Aunt Patty's got to get sit outside. Aunt Patty's got to go, and we need Patricia. The no nonsense, all business. We're gonna get this done, Patricia. We need her in here to get these grooms done. And I think that really helped click because she knew that she had that other persona inside her. The one at the office where she's the vice president. Somebody comes into her office. She's not going to take any nonsense. No excuses. I need results. That I needed that. I knew that she could be that, and it's like I need that person to come inside this grooming van here and groom this dog. And and I used this example before, a dentist. Let's just say we have two dentists. One's super nice. My name's Dr. So and so. Tells you jokes, laughs, and really likable. But when it comes to actually doing any procedures, he has shaky, nervous hands. Just I got this. I've done my intern hours. And you're just gonna be like, wait a minute. You're a really nice guy, but I gotta go. I gotta go back to work. But let's just say we have another dentist. Maybe not so friendly, maybe not so nice, maybe a little bit like kind of standoffish. But when you get in his chair and he gets down to business, like he's all business. He's just cool, calm, collected, like a boss. You would want that dentist working on your teeth. So it's good to be nice, especially in the beginning. You want the dog to be comforted and everything, but then when it comes down to actually like trimming the paws, because if you don't have control and the dog doesn't trust you and it's not calm, you can accidentally cut the dog's pad, and all that. And I've done that before, even with a dog that's staying still. Sometimes, boom, you just angle and you cut the pad by accident, and I've had to use crazy glue before to seal it shut. And I always tell the owners what happened. A lot can go wrong when you have scissors and sharp objects and clippers, things that can hurt a dog, and a dog doesn't trust you. A lot can go wrong, and so I would say, to your wife, really put herself in this just in this this mode. I don't know, if she I don't know if she has a professional job that she goes to or where she goes to work or anything, but maybe she works at a bank, maybe she works at a school, but tell her to be in that kind of no nonsense, this is what it's going to be, that calm, assertive, like Cesar Millan says. And that's really going to help. And if she can't do it, then there's no shame in saying, hey, this is not my thing. No, nobody has to be great at everything. My wife, she helps me when we have multiple dogs and we have a babysitter, like my parents can kind of sit, watch the kids. She'll go out to work with me and she'll help me. And she does so much work in the background, doing all the emailing, replying to people, scheduling. But honestly, the actual grooming, it's not her thing, and that's okay. There's a lot of, she's really good at interior design and things like that. When we walk into a home, and let's just say that this house is just kind of run down and it doesn't look that nice, and that's all I see, but she sees the potential. She sees, oh, you could put this here, you could color it this way. And she sees she sees a beautiful home, even in a home that looks run down. And I was telling her, I don't have that ability, I don't have that talent, I guess, that skill. But with dog grooming, I do. I can look at a dog that's matted and just kind of looking all scraggly and ugly, and I see a beautiful dog. I could see the potential, in that dog. So we all have a gift, I guess. And so if Paul, if your wife, if it really just isn't for her, then there's no shame in saying, hey, this may be not my craft, my art form, um but I don't want to, I feel like anybody can groom, but maybe not everybody enjoys it as much as I do, or other groomers do. And that's just like anything, I can play a few chords on the guitar, but playing the guitar is just not my thing, and you know, it goes with all kinds of things. But anyways, before I get run off on too much of a tangent, to Daniel Brown's question, because he was very first to comment on this video today. Daniel says, hello, how are you? I love your life. So awesome. And really, my life is not that awesome, but you know, I am grateful for it though. And if I could give any advice, like I wrote down like years ago what I'm doing now. Like this is kind of what I wanted. So, and I'm constantly rewriting goals and making new goals. And so if you want a good life, first you have to be clear on what a good life means to you, what you really want out of life, and then you write it down, and then you start making plans, or you know, just start looking for opportunities to make those goals happen. So that's why if you feel like my life is awesome, I kind of do as well. I'm really grateful for what my life right now. But you know, it's all, I believe it's all planned, and I'm still planning, you know. But anyways, how to groom a dog, for what kind of dog brush I use. Black and White Dog, What Kind of Dog by Kylie, and what kind of dogs in pull when they bash. And I'm thinking there's some translation issues there with Google maybe. What kind of dog shampoo? And he asked another question, Daniel Brown. What kind of dog shampoo I use for dog, and what kind of brush? So answer that. What kind of dog shampoo? Honestly, any kind you prefer. Right now, I'm really digging the Greek yogurt shampoo by Bark to Basics. And it's Bark, B-A-R-K, the number two Basics, B-A-S-I-C-S. So Bark to Basics makes a Greek yogurt shampoo. There's pomegranate, blueberry, and those are the two that I have used. I love it. So I love the Greek yogurt shampoo and the conditioners that go with it. But really, it's your choice. You can use EnviroGroom, you can use Nature Specialties, you could use Equis. You know, really any shampoo that you like, your preference, as long as you in the ingredients and it's made specifically for dogs. You don't want to use cat shampoo or horse shampoo or human shampoo, you know, because I mean, you can, I guess, but why? You know, when there's dog shampoo available, you know. And then what kind of brush? That would depend on the type of dog, the type of hair, the length, and the type of hair it is. Whether it's like, are you talking about a terrier coat? Also, are you talking about like a wire type of coat or a coarse coat, like a Schnauzer or a Scotty? Or are you talking about like a West Highland Terrier, where it has more of a, you know, longer, silkier type of coat, like a Yorkie? So depending on the length and the type of hair that the dog has, that's how you would choose the brush. And really, I was actually going over my notes that I took at one of the lectures, and this is like years, a couple of years worth of a few years actually. But I was looking at it earlier, and I remember I saw there was something about the double coat, and it was talking about rotating the coat. I'll look for it here. I'll find it later. But anyways, there's really not one tool that's good for removing dead undercoat and removing that, you know, the cellular debris and the old sebum, like the old oils that kind of crust on the skin. There's Coat Kings that I like to use, and that's like the little bear claw looking ones. You know, metal combs, and you always want to use a metal comb, because a plastic comb is not actually going to be strong enough to get down to the skin level and kind of break up all of that stuff that's going on there. You really want a metal comb. So any kind of metal comb, greyhound comb. I'm not a big fan of pin brushes unless you're like, you know, kind of fluffing out a poodle. But yeah, Daniel, if you have a short coat, rubber curry brushes work really good. But yeah, it really would depend on the type of dog, and the type of coat you're working on, and the type of hair. And like if you have no tools available, all you got to do is damp your hands, get your hands wet, and run your wet hands all along your dog, and that right there is going to help. So it really, it's not really about like a specific tool. It's just the idea. The idea is to clear those pores. Oh, but I don't have a bottle opener for it. Okay, so let's get down to the next question here. Sis Cassie 1 says, "Are you hiring?" No, I'm not hiring. Only because I'm charging enough for me, and I'm staying busy, and like I have a full client list, and so right now I'm good. I'm just gonna see this through for a while. And I don't know what the next step is gonna be yet. I'm just gonna enjoy what I have right now for a while, and just continue to serve my clients the best I can, and continue to do consistently good grooms. And we'll see where it goes from there. But right now, I'm not hiring. I can't take any apprentices, because what I do is I go into people's homes and I set up in their house and I groom in their homes. And sometimes they're not even there because they trust me. So I don't want to betray that trust. And I don't want to, bring in people, that they don't know and say, hey, never mind Brad or Jenny over there, they're gonna give me $5,000 or whatever, to shadow me, or to be my apprentice, like I don't know. We'll see. Maybe um if I actually get like another shop, a studio, and start taking apprentices and hiring people then, and do more training. But for now, I think I'm just gonna enjoy what I'm doing now. I'm so busy, like I'm busy enough for me, and you know, everything's good now. So I'm just gonna keep this going for a while, and I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for asking. I'm flattered that you would want to work for it with me. Lai K. Oh, Lay K. Oh, Lay K4. Okay, Lay. LOL. So it's Lay K. Okay, perfect. Lay K4. Perfect. Thank you so much. Daniel Brown, how are you today? I'm good. I actually got to groom Teddy. Teddy is the little dog that you see on my icon here on YouTube. I got to groom him today again. Oh my goodness, one of my favorite little Biva. So it's the breed is spelled Biewer. It's spelled Beaver, but it's pronounced Biva because it's from German. It's a German family that came up with this breed. So it's called Bivas. But anyways, he's a cutie, isn't he? He's that icon right there on my picture. But anyways, I got to groom him today, and I also got a chance to brush my dogs out today, all three of them. So, and ate some amazing fajitas, and here I am. Hopping in puddles. Hi. I've just adopted a 9-year-old Shih Tzu. He has 3 legs and 1 eye. Whoa, 3 legs and 1 eye. My question is about his one good eye. I know brachycephalic breeds generally get gunky eyes, but when does it need to be seen by a vet? And what is best way to keep the gunk so fur doesn't get all gunked up? Say gunk again. um, well, okay, so if he's getting a lot of gunk around his eyes, I mean, it could be all kinds of things, happening internally. Grooming wise, as far as like aesthetically, what we can do to help is like brush and comb the hairs like around the eyes right there. Especially a Shih Tzu, keeping the hair around there brushed and cleaned. And they have little like small face combs, metal face combs for dogs, and you just want to start right there and comb out. You never want to comb in towards the eyes, comb out and down. So that really helps kind of keep the gunk moving at least, so it doesn't just sit there and gather. Um, and also oils, something like 100%. And this is just Josie Moran 100% argan oil. I got from Sephora. Yeah, I think yeah, it's called Sephora, in JC Penney. But anyways, um, get some like really light oil, like argan oil or avocado oil or emu oil, and just kind of a light layer of it right there. And those oils are gonna help keep the gunkiness coming out of the eyes. Like it'll help keep it moving along the face. So you might have more like kind of browning and like kind of tear stains here. But again, with the comb, just kind of comb it and brush it, and maybe even with like a little tissue, and that'll really help with like, and that not only goes for your dog, but most dogs. With my dog too, Weemy, I had to comb all that brown, nasty, gunky stuff from in between his eyes today. So, but yeah, combing it on a regular basis and oils. Hopping in puddles. Thank you so much. Say gunk again. Theodore Paz. It's raining over here in California, and I still take my doggy for walks. Is it bad to blow dry in after every walk? Is it bad for the skin? No. Shaking things up with the Corona tonight. Yes, because we had some Mexican food. My wife and I made some chicken fajitas, and so had to go with some Corona. But I hope YouTube doesn't flag me for that. Anyways, uh, I okay. Is it bad? Is it bad to blow dry your dogs after every walk? No, it's actually good to. So my wife and I we went to this AKC show where they're doing like those confirmation shows, the one before Westminster. So we were down there and we were walking around seeing these beautiful dogs, best in shows and all this stuff. Um, to a couple of people before, a couple of ladies before they were about to go into the ring with their cavaliers, and they're saying that most pet owners would avoid 90% of all those like bad smells, the hot spots, the nastiness, the matting, all of that. They would avoid all of that if they just dried their dog's feet and legs after they went outside and got them wet. And it's like, oh my goodness, like, is it that simple? They're saying like, yeah, like it's because when dogs go outside and their feet and legs get all wet, they come back in, the wetness, the moisture sits there and it gets damp inside, like on the skin level. Even though their coat on top may look dry, underneath on the skin level it's still damp. And so bacteria and moisture, it starts to all like kind of build up in there, and then they start chewing at it and things like that, and it starts smelling like corn chips and like nasty corn chips. But all of those problems, Theodora, because people aren't drying their dog's feet and legs after they get wet from going outside. And so what you're doing is actually perfect thing, especially if they're walking in the rain and they get all wet and they come back in, you're blow drying them completely dry. Perfect. And that's actually going to prevent them from smelling as well. So Sissy Cassie won. Oh, don't cry. Oh man, Sissy Cassie, I'm actually thinking, Sis Cassie, I'm actually thinking about trying to contact. I just need to work up the guts. Like, how do you approach the library and say like, hey, by the way, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a YouTube, but anyway, I don't know how to, but anyways, I guess what's stopping me is like how to approach it, but I want to do some free presentations at these local libraries. And that way, anybody who has a dog, dog pet owners, or anybody who's interested in grooming, period, can come and, to these free presentations that I'll do at these local libraries. And I can teach people, like how to take care of their own dogs and like different grooming tools and all of that stuff. Slideshows, we'll do like sorry, a PowerPoint presentation, anyways. But yeah, I'll keep you guys informed, updated, Sis Cassie, if I do any like local presentation. And I just found this out recently. I can actually write my own press releases whenever I do an event like that. Who knew, like, okay, so I just write a little press release about like a presentation that I'm going to do at the library, and I can actually contact whoever at the local newspapers, whatever, and and just put it out. Amazing. So keep doing. Oh, 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. My aunt and uncle stopped by. It's sunny and cool here in New Zealand. Wow, Daniel Brown in New Zealand. It's sunny and cool. Actually, it was pretty amazing here today too in Georgia. I had the windows down. Oh my, it feels like a day in spring today. Oh my god. And Sharina Mercado. My dogs hate having their ticks removed. Are there any tips? They always bite me. I'm so happy I get to watch you live. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And Sharina, hopefully, and Sharina Mercado. Having their ticks removed, if they, I mean, I don't see why they would not like it. Maybe they're like scared of, maybe they're scared of like anticipating pain, because by pulling the tick off, it should feel good to them. I don't know. If they're biting, then okay, I wouldn't do it alone, definitely, especially if you have a dog that's biting. What you want to do is have somebody hold your dog securely, and it's this hold here. So you want to put so the dog's head is going to be here, right, or here, whichever. So whichever side the dog's head on. Let's just say the dog's head is here. So this is the dog's head right here. You want to put your arm back and touch your middle finger to your shoulder. And I learned this from the girl named Gina out in Utah. Thank you, Gina. But then, oh, here you go. Winnie. Okay. Let's just say that this is a very, very big, ferocious dog. You want to put one arm. Hey, Winnie, stop it. One arm around his neck, and right there, and then another arm around here, like that. Oh, that screen is frozen. Okay, so can they see? Let me see. Okay, Mimi, stop it. Okay, so right there. So you want to hold the dog's head right there, and so he can breathe. All you're doing is just securing it. He can't actually turn and bite you. And then this right there. So this is the hold. Right there. When you hold a dog like that, thank you, Amy. Thank you. Okay, now go. Oh, he smells. Go. But when you hold the dog like that, let's see, we gotta get back to that. Anna Shrina, hopefully you saw that. Hopefully the video quality was okay. But when you hold the dog like that, they can't turn and bite. They can't do anything. And you want to be calm. Whoever's holding them like that, just be calm and just hold them securely. Right to their chest, right up to their body. And so the dog can't go anywhere, can't turn and bite anyone. And when you do it that way, when you have somebody hold, then you can pull the ticks off. And then, maybe you give them a treat afterwards or something. After you let them go, everything's cool, give them a treat, let them know they did a good job. And that's just my recommendation. Again, that's going into kind of like behavioral training tips. I'm not a behaviorist or a trainer or anything like that. I'm just a dog groomer. I know that if your dog came to me and I had to get these ticks off and your dog was biting, I would want somebody to hold your dog like that. Let's say I'm by myself and I don't have anybody to hold your dog like that. I would really do some like trust building exercises first, walk with them a little bit, do things that get your dog to trust me first. And then I would put them on a table, and having your dog elevated up on a table is really going to help. If you're trying to get your ticks off, the ticks off your dog on the ground, and while he's on the floor, he's acting like this, he has way too many options, to try to run and do all these things. When you elevate them and put them up on a table, now, there's not a lot they can do. They're on this like limited space. And then, have them secured with the grooming loop arm or attached to a grooming arm, and, have them secure. Even maybe even try a groomer's helper so they can't come back, and then calmly, you know, take it off. And then, you know, these are all just different. So yeah, I love Cesar Millan. If you guys haven't noticed by now, Cesar Millan says, everyone always wants to know the strategy, you know, how to, you know, what do I do? Well, like, give me the steps. He was like, don't concentrate so much on the strategy and you know, and the steps, you know, don't focus so much on the how to, you know, focus on the principles and the intentions, focus on what it is you're trying to accomplish, you know, and then creativity, you know, use your I guess creative thinking to come up with different ideas, different creative ways to try to get that goal accomplished, whether it's trying to get the ears out of it, I mean, yeah, the ears clean, you know, the hair out of the ears, or trying to get ticks off your dog, whatever it is. You know, there's so many different ways we can go about it. And another thing that Cesar Millan says that I really like is, especially, and this is true, especially about bigger dogs, big, strong dogs, physically, we don't stand a chance. We can't physically overpower these dogs, but mentally, we're stronger than them. So we want to keep that in mind, like try to outsmart them, you know, try to outthink them. Don't try to outpower them. Triple Lotus. Hi, June. Let's see. Teddy is so cute. Good to know that he is one of your clients. Yes, yes. And Teddy, he was one of our clients back in Buckhead and everything. And so yeah, it's old friend. Key Flores. What is the best way to shave a matted dog's face or to remove them? Also, it's not my dog. She gets nervous around me. She is a poodle mix and severely matted. You know, the best way to shave a matted dog's face, I say, is to keep the blades away, pointing away. Let me see if I have a pair of clippers here. Yes. So, oh, this will be better. Perfect. Let's just say that this, you know, this is a dog's. Oh, Mimi, come here. Come here, Mimi. So, let's just say that this Mimi's face is all matted. Okay, Mimi. I would want to keep away from his eyes. Okay, so let me see here. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so see that? Away from his eyes. So no matter what he does or how he moves, I'm never pointing this like that. I never want this pointing towards his face. I always want the blade pointing out like that, away from his eyes, you know? And even when I'm shaving like the top of his head, I'm gonna cover his eyes like that with my hand. See that? And there's his eyes. Cover it with my hand, and then I would do it like that. And then here, again, let me see. There we go. I would point the blade out. So that's the best tip I can give for shaving a matted dog's face, is keep the blade pointing out towards the nose, towards the tip of the nose, rather than towards the eyes. And that way, even if the dog moves or shakes, whatever, the blade is never pointing towards the eyes. You'll never actually hit the eye. So Vicky Flores, awesome question. Theodora Paz, can I get a signed book by you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, oh my, you want me to sign a book? Yeah, of course I would sign a book. But yeah, Theodora, email me. It's junthegroomer@gmail.com. Email me your address. I'll sign a book and send you a copy. That's all. Which one do you want? Do you want both? I'll send you both. Late K4. I'm having a very hard time getting my. He's a rescue, and he was neglected for years. very curved, and I have been dremeling them weekly. But it's hard on him. Lake K, plus he is blind, so it's stressful on him. I don't know. Like if they're long and curved. Oh, you know what? I have a video of two shih tzus from the rescue shelter that they came to me. These shih tzus look like tarantulas. Like the mats on their coat were so like overgrown, like that they look like extra legs coming out of their body, and so they look like they had like 3 or 4 legs on each side. I mean, it was crazy. But anyways, talk about matted face. I had to shave their matted faces. I had to shave everything, and like some of those parts, like I actually got a nail clippers and broke through. Oh my goodness. Their nails were long and curled over, and I show how to clip them and safely dremel them. And one of the nails were so like was so thick and curled around. It was amazing. I mean, just fascinating. I've never seen anything like that before. But yeah, it's an interesting video if you ever want to watch it. Two shih tzus in need of help or something like that. But yeah, these two black rescue shih tzus. But that may really help. That may really help with your dog's nails, just to see, how I did it. Juliet Underwood. I go to the home of an elderly lady just to brush her 10-year-old Bernese Mountain Dog. Wow, thank you. You're awesome for doing that. Owner don't want dog feel pain and is watching me, but his coat has large clumps of tangles. How to deal with this? With the clumps of large tangles, sometimes the only way to deal with that is just to cut them out, because they're so bunched up and tangled up. What are you gonna do? And you can start taking it with scissors, kind of break them up and that way. But either way, that hair is all gonna break up. So rather than tug and pull too much, because that matted clump of hair is already tugging at that dog's skin, and a dog's skin is only 5 layers thin. Very sensitive, very fragile. That's why they're covered in hair to protect it. But the matted ball, this clump that you're talking about, is already pulling at that area of skin, so it's already making them feel uncomfortable there. If we start tugging and pulling at it too much, sometimes it draws that, because they're just letting you know, like, that's uncomfortable. It's best to just go and shave it off, or maybe with thinning shears, just under the clumps of mat, just with thinning shears, kind of cut it away. And that might be the best way. Just and then brush it regularly, and as it grows out, within a few months, it'll all look even and nice again. But Juliet Underwood, thank you. You're awesome to go to an elderly woman's house and brush out her dog like that for her. If if you believe in karmic merit, and if you believe in karma, but they say that when you do things like that for that dog and for that elderly lady, and when you do things like this, these kind acts for others, especially when you do something for a dog, like groom them and help them feel better, something they can't do for themselves, and they have no way of paying you back for it, that builds karmic merit, and it all comes back around to you, and the good that you put out for others, it all somehow in different forms comes back to you in your reality, in your life. And so that's really cool. And as dog groomers, I say that we're in the perfect position. We have the perfect job to build karmic merit, every single day. And Sharina Mercado, oh my gosh, you even demonstrated it for us. You're welcome. I hope it helps. I hope it helps, Anne and Sharina. Sis Cassie, the worst they can say is no. Just do it. I love your passion. I myself am just getting into grooming, and you are a huge inspiration. Wow, thank you. So thank you. If you ever grow, I'd love to learn what you know and work with you. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the worst they could say is no. Maybe I'll kind of ask my clients, when I go to their houses within the next few months, I'll kind of ask everybody, what they think if I took on an apprentice or somebody to help. Yeah. And if all my clients are okay with it, then yeah, maybe something we can do, we can try, give it a shot. Avocado. Thank you, Mimi. Oh, it's Weemy, not Mimi. So we like we, WE, and me. And my daughter Ava, she's 8 years old now. She came up with that name. Back when she was like 2 years old, I think, 2 or 3. Underwood, demonstrating that hold on Weemy. Our advice was great. You're welcome. Vicky Flores, awesome. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, and Vicky Flores, I thank you so much for the question. I hope it helps. Theodora Paz, how do I sanitize my silica brush and comb? Please reply back in the comments in case I miss it because the video keeps. Oh, okay. Okay, let me. Theodora Paz. As I use. Oh, Lizzie. I use the Andes Cool Care spray wipe. Oh, I put wife and wipe the with an old toothbrush. It's off brush, old toothbrush. There we go. Hopefully you get that, Theodora Paz. I see you said, have a great night. Talk to you later. Have a great night, Theodora. Hopefully you get that answer. Giselle Sepulveda. Hi, I have a Shih Tzu that I rescue from streets, and it's about 1 year old, and he doesn't learn a command, and he disobeys a lot. How can I teach him? Again, Giselle, I can actually. Well, you know, on Facebook, there's a lot of good groomers, but I mean, not groomers, like dog trainers. Um, I, I really like. I don't want to. I don't want to get into like dog training and dog behavior or dog psychology and things like that, just because that's not my area of expertise. I don't research that or really study it in depth like I do dog grooming. So questions that have to do with like the dog skin, sanitation, hygiene, things like that, dog hygiene, dog skin issues. I love helping with those. Like how to get a dog to learn commands and things of that like that. I really don't know because I'm not a dog trainer. There's a guy here in Atlanta. I'm not sure if you're here in Atlanta. His name is Alex Valdivia. He has his own company, like his dog training company that he does called AV Dog Training. Up avdogtraining.com. Other than that, I mean, I would just look up a really good dog trainer in your area and have them come over and like give you like hands-on one-on-one help, and that would be the best way. But yeah, other than that, if anybody has any other questions, let's see. I'm still trying to. It's gonna bug me. But yeah, this is my grooming journal here. Well, I took a bunch of notes from all these different classes that I went to. But yeah, you know what? I'll have it for next week. Oh, there's some Bijan eyes that I drew. You guys like that? In a Bijan, that was in a Bijan class that we went to. I wanted to make sure that I had. Anyways, so much for watching. I really appreciate all the questions. And I'll be honest, this week I'm really so tired and like just I really haven't had a lot of time to prepare for this. But hopefully next week will be much better, and I'm gonna have more time to get to some more questions and really pick out a good one. And I'll have like a little more, I guess, structure to the show. But anyways, and I hope you have a great night. Any more questions? No? Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next week. Okay, there it is.